Oh no.
What?
Oh no.
What is happening? Okay.
This is a perfect way to start this episode because it really shows that we are so delirious and absolutely insane at this moment.
I would like to have everyone watching know that Katsu crunching has affected the both of us mentally, spiritually, and physically.
You know how at the end of like medical commercials they have to like tell you all the symptoms,
the side effects?
The side effects, yeah. They're like the side effects of Katsu Crunch may include just delirium, absolute chaos, lots of laughs though.
Oh, the
So
laughs!
that's good.
The laughs just never stop.
Oh, Eric's here, so everything's all right.
Eric is
everything's
here,
all right.
so everything
Kat,
is fine.
I don't know why we're sober.
I don't know why we're sober. You
Oh my
just
god!
shut the sound off on everything. No hellscapes.
Do not
no
sew in
hellscapes.
wine, kids. Do not sew in wine.
Ooh,
It's not a
boy.
good idea.
Hi.
Hello, my name is Catt Kristen.
And my name is Tomcat.
And together, we do this. Welcome to Catt and Kristen, where we talk about cosplay, the community, etc.
And all therein.
Oh.
Oh, my
Oh,
gracious. Well, we certainly hope that your Katsu crunching is going much better than ours.
This is, sometimes things happen, and you just react in a way that isn't quite normal. But really, what is normal? Existentialism.
There's no such thing as normalcy when you're a cosplayer.
Oh my god, truly. Hello, Allie, who made a wonderful subject suggestion.
The subject suggestion,
Really
Allie. Bully
killer.
for you.
Killer.
Bully for you.
So good. So Katsucon, for those of you who are not from the East Coast, and you're like, please explain. Katsucon is a big convention that happens in Maryland.
Anime-based.
Yes, anime-based convention that happens in Maryland. It is in exactly 8 days.
Gaylord National,
Yes.
Harbor Freight, not Harbor Freight, Harbor Mill.
Sure.
Mill.
Yep, absolutely. Totally.
It's in Maryland.
It's in Maryland.
It's in Maryland.
Put Maryland in your GPS and you'll find it. You'll find it.
Eventually, you'll find it.
It's actually in a beautiful place in Maryland. That like little town is
Yes.
gorgeous. It's gorgeous. People, stop commenting on my things. Pop notifications.
What is
I don't know. Everything's going downhill. So it's in a week. In case you didn't know, we're on a panel on Friday morning. Just to remind people, is it 11:30?
It's at
11:30. Yeah.
11:30 in the morning.
Yep. Absolutely.
When more information becomes readily available, we will post it on all forms of social media.
Yeah, the other people involved are the amazing Brooklyn Link cosplay, Alana Leilani, Everybody Loves Tony Ray, and us.
And us too.
Woo!
Us two schlubs.
And we're talking about navigating the world of cosplay, which is
all
gonna be
things
great.
from the drama of the cosplay community, things to do in the cosplay community,
Making
things to
friends.
avoid, making friends.
Yeah.
All that jazz.
We would be super appreciative if you grabbed your coffee in the morning, came to us fresh in your little cosplays, and we'll have a good time.
I sincerely hope Friday morning I'm in my cosplay for the day.
Me too. I was not anticipating on being in MIFA for our panel, but I'm almost positive I'm gonna have to.
That's gonna happen with me too.
It's just gonna have to happen.
Winnie is probably going to be a thing on
Yeah.
Friday morning, and I'm not looking forward to any of it.
Yeah. Wait, so diving in, should we talk about what cosplays we're doing for Katsucon?
I think that would be wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
You go first.
Okay, so the main cosplay that I am rolling out at Katsucon is Lady Mipha from Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is I'm very excited with how it's coming out so far, but oh my god, is there a lot still to be done? So it's fine. It's fine. I did the making of the lists today of everything that I need to do.
I saw the list. It was quite impressive.
It was impressive in that it's a great list. Not impressive in how much there is still to be done. So I'm doing Lady Mipha. That's happening on Friday. On Saturday, I'm going to be with my Sailor Moon group, the Moon Menagerie, and we are going to be hosting a meetup, of which I should know the time of, but I don't. But I'll let you know when. Follow me on social media. Shut up, Kristen. And we're doing the Sailor Princesses, which is very exciting. I'm their Mars, so I'm going to be rolling that out. Very excited about that. That's
dress is
pretty much
just
done.
Stunning.
I just have to put some detailing on the front of it, but otherwise that dress is done. And then we are going to be on Sunday. Are we allowed to say what we're doing on Sunday? Is it a secret group?
It'll be a surprise.
It's a surprise, but Tom and I are in a group together.
It's a surprise!
It's a surprise! But I might be also rolling out one more cosplay, which involves Diva from Overwatch. So, it's not a full Diva, it's an OC original cosplay.
Diva.
Love Diva.
You
don't play Overwatch, so it's fine. That's all. Just know that it was an okay impression, okay?
I'm still figuring out whether or not I want to do a Mae West Reaper.
I love Reaper so much. What's it called? Apparently, Eric and I are doing the same fandoms on the same days. Cue me crying forever. It's fine.
5 ever. Cue her crying 5 ever.
Everything's fine. So what cosplays are you doing?
So, one of the things that I love getting asked when I go to conventions is, are you doing anything B. Arthur related? And
do a lot of people ask you?
A lot of people are asking that.
I'm sure.
And it literally fills my heart with so much warmth.
You are.
That people know me as the cosplaying B. Arthur.
Amazing.
Which I think is absolutely exquisite as I, start talking as her. Right. Because as soon as I say the term B. Arthur, it's just that's when the voice naturally comes to me.
Right.
But at present, Thursday, I tentatively doing nothing.
Yeah,
I haven't decided yet.
How much do you want to bet that both you and I are going to end up doing something?
It's guaranteed.
Yeah, exactly.
It's guaranteed.
We both, before this started, were like, "You're not doing anything on Thursday, right? Nah, you're not doing
And we're going to be doing everything on Thursday.
For sure. I'm sure we're both going to be like, "No, we have to. We're very dramatic."
We're almost too dramatic.
A little bit.
If you haven't noticed, we're kind of performers.
Hi.
But
yes.
Friday, as of right now, I will be doing Winifred Sanderson from Hocus Pocus. That cosplay has given me all of the grief in the known universe.
Oh, but it looks so amazing, guys. It looks so good.
I am very proud of the detail work that I've been doing on that. The painting.
The paintings looks amazing.
And the beading and the underdress and the lining and the stuff.
That was when Tom evaporated.
And at that point, Tom... That's it.
That's it.
Speaking of... Saturday, I will be unveiling my new rendition of Ursula.
Yes! My sweet bitch.
I'm very excited for that. Clearly. I'm so excited for it. I'm wearing myself.
I wish if I had just readily available a good Ariel wig, I would so quickly make a closet cosplay.
Well, what the fuck are you waiting for?
I don't have a wig readily available. I bet I could ask a friend, though, if I could borrow hers. To be
Honey, you can use my red wig.
You have a red wig?
I have a long red wig.
Okay.
A lot has happened. To those that don't know, I am working on a new Poison Ivy, which will probably be unveiled.
Oh, that's right, but you do have the red wig. Oh, okay. We'll talk about this.
That's a discussion for afterwards.
I like that we're both like, we have so much work to do. Now let's work on another cosplay.
Let's talk about what we're going to cosplay next.
Thing.
And before we do, and those are the only two that I'm going to be doling out. Thursday I was tentative, and Sunday's a surprise.
Yeah.
But you are B. Arthur's spirit reincarnate. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
That's it.
That's the end of it. And there's the voice again.
Tom is very shy.
I'm too shy.
Very shy.
I'm too shy.
We're like super shy.
But that is something that we are now going to discuss now that we've gone over the characters that we're cosplaying. Yeah. Are you okay? Your hair is just giving me all kinds of life today.
I was going like this with it. I was doing a bit.
Yeah.
Missed it. Someone saw it somewhere.
Here's your dingle hopper, Ariel.
I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing.
She's great. She's killer.
I have a fork.
She has a fork. But, yes.
Yeah.
Back to the topic at hand. This is what con crunching does to people.
This is it, guys.
Be
aware. Be aware.
If you're
it
jumping
seems
in...
like fun and games. It seems like fun and games. It's not.
But it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
This is what it looks like to be on the verge of tears at any moment. This is what it looks like.
She's right. 100% correct. And, you know, there's something to be said about cosplayers that will go above and beyond the Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And accuracy is, to a lot of cosplayers, very important.
Yeah, totally.
And if something isn't A1, they just go all to pieces.
Yeah.
There's a series of mental breakdowns one has to have
Yeah.
in order to just say, fuck it, I'm doing it, and be done with it. It's going to be what it's going to be.
There's nothing wrong with, I think, striving for that sort of perfection with it, but I feel like everybody that has ever gone for a cosplay and has gone to be as accurate as they possibly can, but still on a time crunch. Like, we're not talking about a year-long project where you're like, when it gets done, I'll present it at whatever con is nearest. When you're on any sort of time crunch to let's say get your big new cosplay out for a big convention like Katsucon, you're gonna hit this moment where you're like, this thing isn't gonna be perfect. And in that moment, we just recommend that you go with it. You go with it. Most likely that detail is something that you are going to notice, sure, and it might bug you.
But other people might not.
Notice it. Nobody else is going to notice it. Not whatsoever. My big thing was this week, Lady Mifa has a big, just talking about, having to give up on some of your dreams sort of stuff. Lady Mifa has this giant headpiece, right? Because she's got this giant, essentially, mermaid tail coming out of her skull. So I've been making this...
you do.
It just looks like a giant shrimp I've constructed. It does. It looks like a giant shrimp.
I've seen it.
It's shrimping around. It's just shrimping. But the thing that I had really wanted was when I covered this with this new red fabric was for it to have no seams, because I was like, obviously, she does not have any seams. She doesn't have any whatever. I was like, I'll hide whatever seam is on the bottom, but I'm going to make this with no seams. That's not realistic. And it's just not, that would be sacrificing another portion of the cosplay. And so I yesterday just had to have a moment of it's going to have a seam, but it's going to look really good in this way. And so we're going to let it go. And we're not going to beat ourselves up about the fact that it has a seam. That's it. What have you had to give up on? Life, liberty.
The pursuit of happiness.
The pursuit of mermaid voices.
The pursuit of souls.
The pursuit of souls! You know what I like? Both of our favorite Disney villains, mine is Hades and yours is Ursula. They're both just after people's souls. That's it. They're give them to me.
Yep. That's
it.
That's my lot.
That's a lot about us.
That's not my. That's a lot. That's my lot in life. It's not a lot, but it's my life.
Here it is.
When it came to designing Winifred's outfit, the dress was pretty easy.
Right.
It's a bodice with a skirt.
Yep.
And it has a panel down the front. When I initially made it the first time, I pleated it where the centerpiece came off a little bit, so I had to go back in, readjust that, realign it. Also, she has this crisscross situation happening. Yeah. That was a fun time.
Woo!
I sort of had to MacGyver. Eyelets, which was new for me.
Yeah.
What else did I do? Not so much sacrifice for, but the coat. Her jacket is so insanely detailed.
Yeah.
Trying to figure the stencils.
Yeah.
I was driving myself up a wall about the stencils.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if it's not this, if it's not this, if it's not this, I don't want it. It needs to be this. It needs to be that. I was so ready to start blowing up pictures and printing them out and then making them myself. And then towards the end, I'm like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah. Yep.
As long as I have a relatively sensible, level-headed design going on, who's going to be the wiser except me and maybe one or two other people that have also cosplayed as Winifred Sanderson?
Yeah.
The other thing was the beading. the beads that were on the jacket were larger than the ones that I used.
Yeah.
But I personally think my design looks better.
There it is.
I am trying to figure out what else happened with the...
No, but those are perfect examples.
Like, sometimes designs don't work out the way you initially want them to.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you need to have just an ounce of pride in yourself for what you've accomplished.
Yeah, yes.
Because while my jacket is fakakted a little bit on the bottom, I don't care. I made jewelry for it. I made, like, you have to sort of look at your work. And we're using ourselves as an example because, I mean, what else do we have?
Exactly.
When it came to Winifred specifically with me, was while it doesn't look screen accurate, it will still appeal to the audience that's viewing what it is that me and the sisters that I'm with are going to be doing. And I think that at the end of the day, as long as people are understanding your cosplay, and as long as people are appreciating it, then that's all there really is to it.
Totally. And Eric had said in the comments, like, nobody's going to notice your seam if you don't point it out. Exactly. Same. Nobody's going to notice that your painting is not the exact stencil.
It's not the exact stencil from the movie.
No.
And I mean, but again, in our mind, because we're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
And because we've stared at their pictures for so long.
So long. I think when I came over here one day, I had Winifred Sanderson on my phone and she had Lady Mifa on her computer.
Oh, totally. We spent a lot of time talking to each other about the details of our cosplay, what we're facing, trying to help one another, that sort of stuff.
A lot of trials and tribulations happen, and sometimes when it comes to cosplaying, we all have to remember it's merely a hobby.
Yeah. Yep.
And
completely.
There are times, ourselves included, when we take things just a hair too seriously.
Yeah. Yep.
And there's nothing inherently wrong with that, number one. However, there are unhealthy amounts of stress that we put on ourselves when it comes to the accuracy of the cosplay that we're making.
Completely.
But I will say this. When I put on the Winifred costume, and I'm sure when she put on the Lady Mifa costume, there's this sense of empowerment, like... I was scared of this at first, and now I'm grabbing the bull by the horns, and it looks fucking phenomenal.
Yep, absolutely.
And I think that is really, really, really the crux of cosplay, at least in my opinion, because you're pushing your boundaries. You're taking that step further towards whatever it is that you're working towards, whether it's improving your sewing skills, improving your embroidering skills, beading skills, crafting skills, what have you.
Yeah.
You're pushing yourself to those limits, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But don't make yourself crazy.
Yeah.
Like we have.
Yes. We are not claiming to be sane.
We're not normal.
No.
We're not sane.
No. So we relate to all of you that are like, no, I want this to be perfect. Completely get that. But I think we all have also gone through that moment of realizing that it's not going to be perfect. And I think that like, while there's nothing wrong with feeling a second of disappointment in that, like, there is nothing wrong in altering something to what's going to work for you. And in general, no matter what, you could look so screen accurate, it's never going to be the real costume that was ever on anybody. So if you need to take some liberties for yourself, do the thing. Thing.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I don't want to shade. I don't want to shade, but I want to shade so badly.
What are you shading?
Well, it's not my contour. I had reached out to someone when it came to a certain cosplay.
Okay.
I'm going to try and keep this as subtle as humanly fucking possible.
I'm very nervous.
But the way that they made it sound was like I was asking them to give me their cosplay.
Oh.
Now, when I have conversations with people... And specifically, I noticed this in my status. People were asking me, what did you use for stencils? What did you use for the designs? How did you do it? How did you do it? I will explain to them, this is how I did it.
Yeah.
This is what I used.
Right.
I wish it could be more invasive than that. But there are certain cosplayers
that won't do that.
That won't help out another cosplayer. And
No.
part of me, like, I get, like, you don't want someone to steal your designs, which has happened.
Right.
There have been cosplayers that will ask lovingly for certain designs.
Oh, totally.
And then claim them as their own.
Right.
So, I mean, I get it. Like, there's that certain type
Yeah,
of...
I do too.
There's that certain type of issue.
Double standard. It's a double-edged sword. I
Yes.
get it. Like,
Very much so.
Yeah.
And it amused the ever-loving crud out of me. Because one of the things that I had said to myself while making Winifred was... Well, I mean, the jacket's not going to be velvet, and I'm not going to be able to dye it purple. And it's just like those things that roll around in your head that it's like, does it matter? Are people still going to know that you're Winifred Sanderson?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are people still going to know that you're Lady Mitha?
Yeah.
Yes. Are people still going to know that Brooklyn Link is Link? Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. They're not going to call him Zelda if for no other reason than to piss him off.
But I think he actually is being Twilight Princess Zelda on Friday.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's what he said.
Spoilers.
That's what he said.
Sorry. He said
comments.
that in the comments.
Said it in the comments.
Leave me alone. Leave Brandy alone.
It's literally the one time that you can say that he is in fact Zelda. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're fine. You know that gif of the little dog in the chair and there's fire everywhere and he's sipping
This
coffee
is fine.
going, this is fine?
This is fine.
It's me.
Yep.
Entire time.
But, I mean, that is something that I want to let everyone know.
Right.
If someone comes to you and they're curious about your cosplays and they want to know more about them, just understand that there are some people that aren't out to get you.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
There are some people that are not to chide you. However, there is going to be that one time, and all it takes is that once to change your opinion entirely.
Oh, definitely. I often think about some of the like biggest cosplay groups that were popular. I don't even know if it would be last year, but the year before, there were a lot of Disney Star Wars mashups and a lot of like Disney Slave Leias. There were all the California crew that did that, and then at every convention you saw repeats of that, and I always wondered how they felt about that because that is such a blatant
well, I mean, does that
remastering of a
now hold on before
no,
because
please go ahead. Yeah,
I know what you're getting at, but doesn't that fall under the same heading as character ownership?
You know what? On some level, I agree. On some level, I'm like, you very clearly took that character, mashed it up with this character, and made your own design from that. And I think that there is something to be said for then taking that exact design that came from someone's brain. Because, like, let's say, for instance, that tomorrow somebody made an exact copy of my Warrior Dorothy. I do feel ownership over that because while it's based off of a character that I do not own, all the armor and the design is my own.
Is still your own.
And so on that level, I feel like I definitely would be angry if somebody were passing that off as their own original. If they were like designed by Shut Up Kristen, wouldn't bother me at all. But I've seen like tons of people very blatantly redo cosplays that were original designs from other cosplayers and not credit them, and I always find that to be a bit shady.
See, now...
Yeah.
Crediting
yeah.
is super important
Very
within the
important.
cosplay community because without credit, how can anyone continue doing their craft?
Yeah.
And you know, when you have photo shoots with somebody, if you get those photos back, do not edit them.
No.
They've already been edited.
Yeah.
Do not crop out their
unless
watermark.
Unless you've had a specific conversation.
Unless you've had a conversation with the photographer.
Like, for instance, I had a shoot 2 years ago at New York Comic Con with Jason, wonderful Jason, and he was very specific in that if anybody's if you want to send this to anybody to add in special effects, you're more than welcome to, as you're doing something with that tea. Okay.
It's a polyjuice potion. It's bubbling and stuff.
It is, yeah. Do you know what polyjuice potion does?
Turns people into cats.
Oh, look at you! Sort of. Yeah, that's fair. You nailed it. All right. Okay.
Tom knows Harry Potter stuff.
I see you, but yeah, and I had a specific. I felt comfortable sending this picture to be edited by my friend because we had previously discussed. You had
previously.
But almost always, a photographer is gonna give you those sorts of edits and whatnot. don't go over it and don't do all this other stuff to it unless you've had a specific conversation. Credit who edits them. Credit who takes them. Credit away. You'll get a good credit score. Credit score is important, kids.
Creditkarma.com.
eBay.
You can never credit enough when it comes to cosplaying.
Yeah.
If you got a design from somebody that helped you out, credit them.
Yeah.
If you are cosplaying as a character that was created by some company, credit the company.
Yeah.
Like when we did our pool party shoot.
Yeah.
How many times did we credit Marvel Studios and Deadpool?
Like so many times.
Like
so many times. Tag everywhere. Tagged literally on my part, Heather Antos, who was the inspiration for Gwenpool. Like, tag her all over the place. Thank you for this character. Bless.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed. Know what I loved this past year, which was definitely a new trend that I hope continues on? Artists that design cosplay concepts coming out with their own art books.
I think that is so brilliant.
I think it is amazing.
Because that's combining wonderful artwork and cosplay. Like that, I want to see more of that.
It was amazing. I'm so upset. There are two of my favorite, I'm going to pimp them out because I think that they're just incredible. Two of my favorite people that make concepts that they openly say people can use as long as they credit them are Hannah Alexander, who is very popular for doing Art Nouveau, Disney, and all this other stuff. Hannah Alexander artwork. And then there's also Gladzy something. Hold on. I'm going to look. Yeah, Gladzy K, GLADZYKEI. Both of those artists came out with art books of all of their cosplay or original, like, kind of alt costume designs this year, and they were amazing. Like, I saw photos of the pages, and I'm so upset that I didn't get either of the, like, limited runs they did on those. I literally have, like, notifications on for when they hopefully restock them. I think that's incredible. I would love to see that happen more.
It really, like, speaks to the community when stuff like that happens. Because, I mean, yes, cosplay has become a business and people are finding ways to make money off of it.
Yeah.
And to be quite honest, we all kind of knew this was going to happen eventually. Yeah. And it's nice to see artists and cosplayers essentially fusing together and becoming co-artists, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like... For instance, what's his name? Tom something or other. He does the like the street designs.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Tomachek. What the hell is his name? Hold, please. Please hold. For the
Please hold. I'll read some comments. Zelda was not a secret. Glad to hear that. Matt, you're late to the party, but you're here. So you nailed it.
Better late than pregnant, I always say.
Exactly. He always says that.
I really do.
Always. I'm glad to hear that Gladzy K is super sweet and humble. I've not met her before, but I'm a huge fan. A very huge fan. Yes, yeah.
Tom Moken.
Yep.
Tom Moken has been designing like streetwear for.
We're gonna see.
It's
gonna go.
It's
gonna
gonna be there.
Boom!
There it is.
There it is.
Is a street version of Ursula. He's also done Marvel characters, DC characters, other Disney characters, and a lot of people have been taking that and cosplaying as it.
Yeah.
And people are even Disney bounding.
Oh,
Those that don't know, Disney bounding is the act of wearing Disney character-inspired clothing to the Disney parks.
Yeah.
I got it right, didn't I?
You did it, yeah.
Okay, thank God.
Good times. So that's he's done that. As long as you're crediting and that sort of stuff, it's amazing that people are doing that. And I'm like so happy to see artists. It must be so cool as an artist to design this thing and to have somebody bring it to life.
Exactly.
Like, as long as they're, again, being credited, like, that must be such an amazing feeling. And so I really love that that is a, like, thing that is happening. And all we can say is just credit people. No idea how we got on the crediting topic.
Because I wasn't going to shade somebody, so...
Oh, got it. So we segued.
we segued.
We hopped on a segue.
We did it. But yes, it is very important to credit. And before that, we were discussing the accuracy of a costume.
Yeah.
Please, 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 please.
Don't kill yourself.
Don't kill yourself.
Yeah.
Anxiety happens.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
And if you start feeling panicky and jittery and like really, really, really not comfortable, take a walk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take a walk, take a powder, sit down and watch something mindless for a good 10, 15 minutes. I usually recommend Gumball. It's a fabulous show. I love it to death.
Try to remember that, like, what you're doing is supposed to be fun for yourself. That's been something that I've been really trying to, like,
drive home.
I've been trying to really, I'm proud of myself because I really kept my, like, things in check this past weekend, where I was like, we're not going to be anxious about this. We're going to be positive stressed about this. Like, not negative. There is positive stress and negative stress. It's a sort of like, there's that sort of, you know how some people are really good under deadlines? They're really good under that sort of stuff.
Under pressure.
Under pressure. Yes. So, like, damn it! Trying to be, like, good under pressure instead of being totally stressed out and anxious under pressure. I think it is something that, to a degree, you can manifest, and you can be like, okay, let's step back for a second. Let's try to have fun with this. Let's try to be proud of what we're doing in the moment. Like, I don't typically post a lot of whip photos, work in progress photos, but I posted one of this bodysuit that I made the other day because I was really proud of it. And I was like, okay, all right. We get it, Catwoman. All right. Calm down, sea bitch. So, let's remember who you are.
I'm every woman.
You are every woman.
It's all in me. It's anything you want done, baby. I'll do it naturally.
All right. I'll just go now.
I'm just gonna go walk away.
That's it. Just don't stress out, kids. Bye.
I mean, there comes a point when you're cosplaying, and you keep on sipping that tea. There comes a... That's one way to teabag.
Listen.
There comes a point in every cosplayer's journey when they have to remember why are you okay?
My hair went in the tea. In that moment, I'm going to blame Eric because he just complimented me, so I'm going to blame it on that moment, but really it was just the tea bag in my hair. Oh, but thank you, Eric.
Oh, heavens to Murgatroyd. There comes a point in every cosplayer's journey when they have to remember why they got into what they got, like why they got into cosplay in the first place. Yeah. And, I think a lot of people need to just sort of reflect on that and say, this is why I'm doing this.
Am I having fun with this?
I think, there's an old expression that I feel is tired and old, but I'm going to use it anyway because I myself am tired and old.
I was going to say that I am, so I'm glad that we both self-deprecated in that moment.
If you love something enough, make it your job. That's the first part.
Yeah.
The second part is don't... How does the other one go? Don't make something your job if you don't have to, or don't... Oh, man. You know which phrase I'm talking about, yes?
No. Under pressure.
No, it has something to do with you. If you make something your
you gotta keep it fun. If you're gonna make it your job, you still gotta keep it fun, or you gotta
vamp.
You gotta bow 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 bow. Matt said, "Wow, attractive." And listen, I never claimed to have appeal. I just claimed to have charm and wit beyond measure because it's woman's greatest treasure. Shout out to Raven. Peace out to my claws. That's it.
I can't with you.
I cannot with me either. This is just... We've gone off the rails. Kids.
We have gone completely off the rails.
You want to keep it fun. You want to keep it fresh. You want to be proud of the work that you are doing. That's why I posted the picture on Facebook. That's why I did that, because I wanted to be proud of what I was doing. Did you find your phrase?
I didn't find the phrase.
Okay.
And I don't.
That's fine.
The moment's passed. We can no longer recapture it.
Yeah.
Having said that, yes. Don't stress out. Where the frick are we going now?
Our minds have melted. Where are we? What's happening?
We've all become Leslie Knope. Where am I?
I literally, no joke, the other day was thinking to myself of like casual cosplays that I could do, and I was like, I could make a little Pawnee Goddess patch. I could do that and be a little nope. I think I have a wig that would work.
This is something else that happens with cosplayers.
Yeah.
In the middle of creating a cosplay that is giving them
You want to do a ton of other
You will want to do 20 different other cosplays.
Correct.
In the process of creating Winifred Sanderson, I already said, maybe I'll do Maleficent next.
Yeah.
Who should I... Maybe I'll redo Raven.
Yep.
Maybe I want to do something B. Arthur. You just...
Yeah.
Creative juices just continue to flow the more you craft. And whew, as a matter of... You're going to get a kick out of this. Halfway through designing my Winifred Sanderson jacket, every time I would try it on, I'm like, if I really wanted to, I could just not finish making this and turn it into a McGonagall cosplay.
Oh.
You're getting a phone call.
I am. Stop.
Well, this is new.
Stop.
Is it somebody attractive?
It is.
Then there's nothing wrong with that.
That is. To be fair, in case he watches this later, it was my boyfriend. I mean, he'll know because it was him who was calling. But
he'll know. He'll know as he watches.
The OG Greek
I
god.
promise.
The OG Greek god, Tom.
Greek.
The OG Greek god. Anyway, sorry. This has gone so off the rails.
This has gone awry.
You know, but could we have expected anything less from this, though?
Honestly, no.
No.
No. To be quite honest, I think that when it comes to con crunching for any convention, not just Katsucon, this type of mental brevity is exactly what happens. Where you're like, you're going, you have a moment, and then it passes, squirrel. And then it's just squirrel.
That's it.
Your ADD goes off the fucking charts.
I know. I'm usually so focused, and this is just like. But that's also why I think that we reach out to doing other cosplays, though, because we're like, oh,
we're trying to focus on what else we can potentially do to take our
mind
off of the stressors of the cosplay that we're working on now. And it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot. What are the comments? What's happening in the comments?
I don't know if anything's happening. Let's see. No.
Wow, nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
No.
How many people are watching us?
7.
Oh, well then.
That's it.
Hi, all 7 of them.
Hello, 7 people. But one of them is Eric.
And one of them is Eric, so it's okay.
He counts as 10. That's it.
He counts as all 7.
That's it. No, all 7 is it. Can you imagine? It's like it's him on his personal page, on the Ravenclaw on a Ravenclaw page, on a Brooklyn link, on that. What's happening?
Oh my goodness.
Are we here?
We're not here anymore.
Are we here?
We're in Maryland.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
We're at 40
gracious.
minutes. Do we have anything else to say?
You know, don't know. We are crunching. We are cosplaying.
Yeah.
We are living. We don't know why we are sober. We're literally just going through the ringer as to what the we're vamping.
That is it.
Okay, no joke. Before we recorded this episode,
oh my god,
we had at least a good hour of stalling because we didn't know what the hell to talk about.
Which is very unusual for us. Usually we're like, okay, let's talk about this.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk
go.
about that.
So this really shows you where our brains are at. It's crazy. I'm busy sewing and watching, multitasking. Hey, I'm content to listen. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Emily is going to make a cosplay for baby James for LeakyCon. I love. That's my mama dark side. She's got a newborn.
I'd like to go to LeakyCon.
Oh my god, I loved it. It was my everything forever. I spent the first panel I went to was like you went to it for your Hogwarts house, and so I went to like the Ravenclaw panel meetup thing, and we spent a good 45 minutes talking about why Ravenclaws and Slytherins are so similar. And I'm dating a Slytherin, so I was like so in for this conversation, and I've had this conversation at least 12 times in the last like 5 months. It's fine.
There's nothing wrong with any of that.
No, it was amazing. I was in a happy place.
You know, when we start, before we even started this, I had suggested that we talk about characters that we cosplay as and how they make us feel and whatnot. But that's it. Nope. Dip.
Hey, we should have done that.
We could have done that while we weren't vamping all of this time. While I was looking for the job phrase.
We'll do it next week. We'll talk about it next week.
No, because we're gonna be too busy Katsucon.
Next week we are gonna be like, do we really need
Katsucon and nothing else.
Next week is gonna be like Tom and I, like, where are you at? What's happening? How are we gonna get this done? What's going on? What's happened? Oh my gosh.
Literally, this is.
What time are we leaving?
This is
going to
be us the entire episode.
Yes. Excuse us. I'm gonna have my sewing machine right here. I'm just gonna be like, excuse me. That's it.
I'm gonna help her paint.
Oh my god.
Also, that is something that I would like to see more of when it comes to more conventions, cosplay parties.
I know.
With people.
Can I tell you, Christy Lynn invited me to go over her house this past weekend, and if I hadn't had commitments like to do already, she was like, "Come over, we'll work on cosplay," and I was like, "That sounds like a dream."
But I mean, not even so much where you're working on your cosplay, where it's cosplayers helping other cosplayers achieve their cosplays.
Yeah. Yep.
It's incredibly selfless. I don't know how successful it would be, given how vain most of the community is.
Yeah.
But, hairball.
That's it. Listen, if I need help painting next week, we're fucking painting.
I'll get the text. Tom, come over, we're painting.
Tom, bring some silver spray paint. We're going in,
silver spray paint. We're doing it in the garage.
That's it.
But that is what brings a community together.
Yes.
And that's something that is so important. And one of the things that me and Erica talked about during our meeting that we had, and it was a wonderful time. I know you're still jealous about it.
I noticed I didn't get an invite. I'm kidding. I literally did not even until just now. I was like, didn't get an invite.
I'm not bitter. I'm not petty.
We're all fine.
Get out of my fucking house, you bitch.
I'm gonna get to be on a panel with like one of my cosplay like idols like at Katsucon who watches our weekly live show, who I'm like sort of friends with now. Everything's fine. Like, no, that's like great. That's genuinely that's very cool, and I'm very excited about that.
And again, it's just that,
that sort of stuff in this community. It's amazing.
We call this a community for a reason.
Yeah, it's amazing.
While there's a lot of drama therein, and while there is toxicity,
there's a lot of love.
There is a lot of love, and I promise you. You go into any other community, theater community, gay community, LGBT community, any type of community, there's going to be toxicity, and there's going to be drama.
Yeah.
The only thing that you can do is react to it.
Yeah.
If you want to react proactively to it, do what we're suggesting. Yeah. Reach out to a friend that needs help and say, hey, I'm coming over and we're crafting.
Yeah, totally.
Like, that's one of the beautiful things about this community is that it brings nerds together.
Yeah.
And it helps people achieve goals that they feel as though that they feel that they couldn't achieve.
Oh, absolutely. Yep, absolutely.
Like, specifically for me, when I first entered the cosplay scene, one of my first cosplays was Ursula.
Right.
And a lot of people know me for that costume. But then after a while, I lost weight. The costume didn't fit me anymore, and I wanted to do something more my own design.
Yeah.
So I took matters into my own tentacles.
Yep.
And made myself my own outfit.
Yeah.
And that is so empowering.
Yeah.
Because you get to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I did it.
Yeah. Like, I made that from... Like, even me looking at this bodysuit that I made the other day, one, I was thinking back to when I made Gwenpool, and I had to pattern her out almost entirely on my own. But, like, even in the, year and a half between making that cosplay and now, like, even between then, like, the amount of stuff that I have learned and the amount of stuff that I would have done differently is insane. It's crazy to think about just how much I've grown in taking my time with things, in just making sure that I'm not cutting corners in certain areas, recognizing what's important, gaining new skills. It is crazy to think about, like, how far I've come. And then looking at this piece of clothing that, like, was nothing before I started making it. Like, that, it wasn't a thing.
All I'm hearing is...
my knee against the desk.
Against the desk.
And then my knee went against the desk. And we all got derailed.
It's my fault.
No, but, creating your own thing and realizing that, like, you have made something is crazy. It's crazy.
I was gonna have a cosplay party, but no. Okay.
No one wanted to come.
Something that a lot of people are also going to have to come to terms with.
Yes.
Is that there are a great number of cosplayers that are introverts.
Oh, yeah, that's totally true.
That will get off on making plans and then canceling them.
Fair.
Now, we
are extroverts.
We are quite literally extroverts.
We are very extra.
And we're verts.
And we're verts. That's it.
And that is something that happens, where plans will be made and then the day of, they'll be canceled.
Yeah, I hate that
The only thing you can't cancel is a convention.
Yep.
So you're essentially forced. To those that are introverts and that go to these conventions, bravo to you, because that is a lot of overwhelming, anxiety-inducing stress that we understand is put on you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, there are times when both of us feel it. Not often,
absolutely.
But we definitely go through that as well.
Oh, definitely. I mean, this was a conversation I was literally having earlier today. Like, my Katsucon room has decided, we've all agreed that, like, we would like our room to be a place where we can all decompress, where it is not like it's not a party room, it's not a, like, crazy stress-filled environment. We want that to be a place where we can, like, decompress and take a beat, and if any of us in the middle of the day need to go back and just, like, be alone for a little bit or nap, whatever. Like, I think it's super important to realize that, like, even extroverts need those moments.
Sometimes you need to take a powder.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes you just need to...
Yeah.
Husa.
Husa?
Husa.
Yusa.
Yusa. Wisa. Misa.
Misa? Husa.
Husa.
Well, that's it, kids.
Katsucon. That's the end.
And yes, Emily, we are going to live stream our panel from Katsucon.
Yes, we are.
We're definitely
going to live stream it.
Yes.
We'll be live streaming all over the World Wide Webiverse.
And hopefully at Katsucon, we're also going to talk to some cosplayers about potentially being guests on the show in the future. Guests on Catt and Kristen. A third person right here.
Right in between.
God bless. Good luck to them.
I hope they're ready.
For this jelly? I don't think they're ready for this jelly.
Must be jelly because jam don't shake.
I was going to say that my body's too bootylicious for them, babe, but that's it. That's all.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Woo!
Where are we?
Where are we? We should live stream our panel. Yes.
And we have no choice.
Yes.
We're going to.
We're definitely going to.
That's what's happening.
Yeah. I'm so excited to see how that conversation goes at Katsucon. I think it's going to be great.
I think it's wonderful because we are a diversified cast.
Yes, completely.
We're very diversified in how we present ourselves as far as cosplayers.
Yeah.
We're very diversified as far as genders and sexualities, races, and all that fun stuff. And I'm very excited.
Absolutely.
Ahem.
Yeah. And we all have different, what I like is I feel like we all have different, like,
experiences.
Focuses, and also focuses in what we really like to, like, highlight. Like, you and Alana are both models for Big Beautiful Cosplayers.
Yes.
So you are both, that's, like, a big thing for both of you is body positivity. It's obviously a big thing for me as well, but, like, it's like, my big thing is I really like for people to, my big focus is trying to get people out of their shells, I think, at cons. I think, like, it's a really amazing environment for people to discover themselves and become more comfortable with themselves, and that's something that's really important to me. And I think, like, we all have these things that are really important to each other.
It's funny you mention that.
Yeah.
One of the things that a lot of people come to me about is they'll always ask me, Tom, how are you so confident? Now, mind you, this is my vanity speaking.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is practice. Sometimes,
Yeah.
There was one post I saw years ago. It was basically fake it until you make it.
Right.
Like, if you keep on bullshitting yourself saying, you're the best, you're amazing, you're fabulous, you're wonderful, you're this and you're that, it'll happen.
Right.
And it did happen, and I wasn't ready for it.
No.
But, I mean, that's some advice that I can give to people. That and something else that's very important, and this goes for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
people's opinions of you
that's huge.
Are none of your business.
I think that it's so weird that you say that, because I was going to say, I feel like the thing that leads me the most in my confidence around other people, and a lot of this is also having had a YouTube channel for many years, like that I feel like has desensitized me to a lot of people's opinions about me, is that like you really have to like not worry about what every single person thinks about you. And there's always going to be somebody that doesn't mesh with you, just as there's always going to be people that like you don't mesh with, that you're like, doesn't seem like my type of person. And there's nothing wrong with that. What there is something wrong is not being polite to people, being intentionally rude or mean or whatever to people. But if you really try to shed the expectations from people and the just in general caring what every thought that somebody has about you, it's really going to free you a lot.
Oh yeah,
it frees you intensely, and that's something I recommend to everybody, is just trying to be more comfortable with not caring what other people think. It really seems like
becoming comfortable in your own skin is a daunting task.
Yeah,
it isn't easy.
Yeah,
but I feel once you are comfortable enough, you are going to be unstoppable.
Yeah,
look at what it's done for me.
Yeah. The only time that you should be concerned what somebody thinks about you is if you've actually done something to make them feel that way about you. That's how I feel about it. Like I feel like I know the moment that I can sense somebody doesn't like me if it's based off of something that I've actually like done. And if I've made somebody feel a certain way that like is bad, completely willing to talk it out and that sort of thing. That's different.
See, a lot of people aren't willing to talk it out,
and I'm so willing to talk it out. Like I think that that's the much better way to go about it. But
and Brooklyn Link really likes pizza.
Oh, Long Island Kristen does too. Long Island Mifa does as well. That's it.
Oh goodness.
Woo! Big pizza advocate. That's it. Come to talk more about Eric's pizza advocacy at our panel at Katsucon on Friday at 11:30 next week. See you there, kids.
Next week? Oh my God!
I'm so
next
sorry
week.
I said those words.
Why?
I'm so sorry I said those words.
Skin
next
is crawling.
That's it. It's over a week away.
It is.
It is a week.
I think it's eight or 9 more days.
8 days.
8 days.
It's like a week.
It's like a week and 2-ish days.
2-ish days.
Oh my goodness. Well, before we conclude things,
before we descend into a deep cosplay slumber.
Our cosplayer of the week this week is Big Mike.
Woo!
Is it Big Mike cosplay?
No, I think it's Big Mike like 779 or Big Mike. If I got 779 right, I'm going to be so proud of myself.
Me too.
779.
You were close.
No, I was correct.
799.
No, 779.
I thought you said 7979.
Nope.
My dyslexia.
We're sober.
My dyslexia.
Big Mike _ 779.
He's a wonderful cosplayer with
Yes.
a heart as big as he is. That is not meant to be a read, even though it completely and totally sounds like a read.
What is happening right now? A moment ago, I was like, body positivity, Tom. And then you're like, a heart as big as he is.
Gonna go hide now.
No, that's not what you meant. We all know that's not what you meant. Okay, so, amazing cosplayer.
He has a large heart.
Incredible. incredible Black Panther cosplay happening right now.
He's a great Black Panther cosplayer.
Oh my gosh, so good. Many other great cosplays. You should go and check him out at Big Mike _ 779 on Instagram. I don't know if he has a Facebook.
I love his Green Lantern.
Yes, good Green Lantern. Very good Green Lantern.
But yes, follow him. We will have links and pictures and such after these messages.
After these brief messages from our sponsors.
After these messages from our sponsors.
We don't get it.
T-Fury, there.
We need Casper mattresses to come in here and set us up with some mattresses.
Trust Sleepies for the rest of your life.
We need to go.
And on that note...
well, yeah, the post is coming.
The post is coming.
I'm Shut Up Kristen.
Follow her, Shut Up Kristen, on all forms of social media.
Follow him at TomCat.com, these.tom.cat on Instagram. Bye. Forever.
Ciao meow for now, guys. Mumbai.
Dubai. Bye. Honestly, good luck to all.